Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers taking on Hamilton today at Ibrox. Celtic are away to now bottom of the table St Johnstone, and Aberdeen are away to relatively high flying Kilmarnock, so it'll be interesting to see what happens at Rugby Park today. But we have to take care of business at Ibrox first and foremost. We're actually going to go back to 4-2-3-1 today. I think we need to shake it up a little bit. But a bit too predictable, I think, playing the same way for too many games in a row now. We're going to bring Tavernier back in. We're going to go with Alves and Cardoso. No, not that way around. We're going to go with Alves and Cardoso. That's correct. That's what we're doing right there. We're going to be playing. We're going to play Mitchell still as a left back. In the middle there, we're going to go with Henderson and Barjonas, who've definitely emerged as the favoured two in the midfield. On the right, it's going to have to be Michael O'Halloran. Nobody else can really do it. We're also going to go with Carlos Peña and Akram Afif. Akram Afif, who of course can get his preferred role as an inside forward. And the striker is going to be Eduardo Herrera, who will play as, what will he be? Unfortunately, for some reason, he can't play as a complete forward anymore, even though that was his preferred role. He can now be a trequartista, I suppose. On the bench, it will be Foderingham, McCrory, Houston, Knudsen, Jack. Why not? Thompson, and not Bromer, Morelos. So that'll be the squad. And let's get in about them here. We need to get stuck in, play a really aggressive attacking game today. They're going with a 4-1-4-1 there, playing really defensively. Can't really blame them coming to Ibrox, and we're in okay form. We're not in terrible form. We've had two disappointing draws recently at Ibrox against Kilmarnock and then away to Hearts. But we were pretty good away to Hearts, and we were actually lucky not to win that game, as it's launched forward to Koulibaly now, who's somehow got his way into our box. It's a good challenge by Cardoso. No sure about him flying in our box like that, but whatever, he wins the ball. Carlos Peña picking up an injury there. I guess we'll bring on Ryan Jack, and we can put Barjonas, I suppose, can go further forward, and Henderson can become a supporting deep line playmaker. The corner by Barjonas into Herrera, onto Jack, one touch, shoot. It's not a great shot, it's a decent save by Woods, and Bruno Alves is offside. It's a little warning shot for Hamilton there early on. And over the next couple of games, I want to see some action from Akram Afif. He was brought on a relatively high wage as Redmond stands one up into the box. It's away by Jack, but comes back to Redmond, who's got too much space. He can go across to Gillespie. You've got a bit of space again for Redmond. Gillespie goes to Redmond. Redmond, whoa, what a challenge by O'Halloran. Picks the ball up, and he's playing really to save any semblance of a Rangers career. He goes forward to Barjonas. It's a great ball down to Tavernier. Nice flick to Henderson. Back to Barjonas. Tavernier galloping forward. He's trying to actually push Jordan Thompson out of the squad. Tavernier to O'Halloran, on to Henderson. Henderson into Barjonas, forward to Herrera. Herrera decides to hit one. It's a comfortable save for Woods again. And 20 minutes gone. Okay start. Barjonas' ball in. Away by Skondras. We've had a couple of half chances, but we've hardly lit the world on fire. Jack now forward to O'Halloran. Expect Hamilton to defend this. It's not a good ball. It's headed away by Docherty, and Koulibaly will pick that up in the midfield. Ball to Docherty now. Yep, and that's the end of that highlight. 0-0 in every game still in Scotland. We're dominant here against Hamilton. Afif and O'Halloran haven't exactly impressed, as Dunn takes a throw in towards Docherty. Tavernier will nick it, makes its way to O'Halloran. Now Tavernier. Henderson needs to go more central. Barjonas does it. Afif, who's actually way narrow in there, but whatever, if he can do something with it. Afif out to Mitchell on the overlap. Can he angle a ball in? It's a decent pass into the middle to Henderson, who takes a poor touch. Gillespie forward for Koulibaly, who manages to get in ahead of Cardoso. Koulibaly now, not a great ball. Redmond stretching, can only head it to Jack. It's forward to O'Halloran. Driving centrally, O'Halloran now holds it up, goes all the way back to Bruno Alves, forward to Barjonas now, into Henderson. Henderson finds Herrera looking isolated there. Can he find Afif, who's making a run? He finds Mitchell, holds it up, gets into the ball. Herrera nails it, and it's a good save by the keeper, but it's Michael O'Halloran who manages to tap it into the net. Goal from O'Halloran, 1-0 to Rangers on just about the 26th minute mark. And 1-0 Rangers, the only scoring game in the... Oh, no, there you go, Adam Rooney. Aberdeen 1-0 up at Rugby Park. Celtic still being held 0-0 as Barjonas stands it up. Afif's in there, it's headed away easily. Barjonas drives it low. Afif tees up Henderson, who hits one, and it's a cracker of a finish by Liam Henderson. The assist for Akram Afif. Could be a fifth, but I'm going to say Afif. That's an assist for him and a goal from O'Halloran as Docherty pings it forward. Koulibaly won't get there ahead of Cardoso. Cardoso can find Tavernier, you'd feel, when he goes to Alves. Can Alves play it to... And he goes inside to Jack, fair enough. Keeping it narrow. Henderson to Barjonas now. Plays it out wide left to Akram Afif. Back in centrally to Henderson. Out to O'Halloran, stretching play here. O'Halloran to Barjonas. It's brilliant, expansive football. It's into Herrera now. Can he get a shot off? Herrera does get a shot off. It's under the goalkeeper's arm and into the net. Barjonas with the assist for Herrera. And it is 3-0 Rangers going into half time. The 4-2-3-1 has returned today to great effect. And I'm pleased with how everyone's done. Maybe bring on Thompson for the second half. Maybe even, maybe Houston even, maybe McCrory. I'm not entirely sure who I'm going to bring on. We're going to tell the boys we're very happy, obviously. 3-0, great half. Will we bring on Thompson? We'll bring on Thompson for Henderson, actually, just because Henderson, we want to keep him fresh. No point in risking him getting an injury in this game. And we'll also bring on, McCrory for Bruno Alves, I suppose. He can be a defensive centre-back as a stopper. Yeah, man, that's as good as Cardoso can play as a covering defender. Herrera to Barjonas, now Thompson. And we're just looking to have some fun in this second half. It's a comfortable lead we have. Barjonas now to Thompson, and 10 shots to 0. Celtic still at 0-0. We could get it back down to, I believe, a 6-point gap today if St Johnstone managed to hold firm up in Perth there. Koulibaly racing beyond the defender. Gillespie, easy chance. It's a brilliant save by Ian Fulton. Hamilton really should be back in this game. If they'd managed to make it 3-1 that quickly, then maybe they would, maybe the tails would be up. But it's a brilliant save by young Ian Fulton as Jack hooks that away. And that was the first shot of the game. It really should probably have been converted, actually, from a Hamilton perspective. And St Johnstone through David Witherspoon are actually beating Celtic now at McDermott Park. Brilliant news. Cardoso to McCrory now. That reduces the gap to 5, I believe, as Thompson finds Barjonas, drills it out to Tavernier. We'll have a look at the table in a moment. Tavernier inside to O'Halloran. O'Halloran now running at them. O'Halloran holds it up, done with a brilliant challenge, but Thompson will rescue it. Thompson inside to Barjonas. Barjonas to O'Halloran. Gillespie nicks it, plays it long, but McCrory can get it to Thompson, who gives it away to Docherty. Now Redmond. Thompson's not been a great game so far. Redmond goes back the way he's played in Herrera inadvertently. Herrera hits it first time. It's well wide of the post. He's got to take a touch there, Herrera. Set himself. Barjonas now to whip in this one. Let's pile in the misery here a bit. Barjonas in towards Herrera, rises, nods it to O'Halloran. It's an easy save by Woods. Would have been nice if O'Halloran could have got himself a brace there, but no dice, sadly. St Johnstone still leading Celtic. Is that the case? That is indeed the case. League table, it will be a 5-point gap. St Johnstone 2-0 up now through Skugel. And it looks like that game is over at McDermott Park. St Johnstone going to beat Celtic. Oh, well, Scott Brown's got Celtic a goal back. It's 2-1. Come on, hold St Johnstone, hold. It's looking good with 5 minutes to go. Thompson's ball for O'Halloran, cut out by Redmond. Played forward for Rohano. Driving directly, and then shot was a little bit wide. Not too much to worry Ian Fulton there. And Stuart Armstrong in the 89th minute, of course, has got Celtic a point. I'm just waiting for the 3-2 Celtic to pop up in a moment as Docherty goes forward. Seconds remaining here. It's going to be the full-time whistle at Ibrox. 3-0 to Rangers. And let's see, did Celtic snatch that winner against St Johnstone? Hopefully not. Come on, St Johnstone. There was literally seconds left. No, St Johnstone held on, so it's now a 6 point gap at the top of the table. Would have been nice if he'd have held on and got it back to 5. But 6 point nonetheless. It's better than it being 8 points, which it was before kick-off. We're away at St Mirren in 3 days to try and eat into it a little bit more. Let's see, Liam Burt playing well again for Falkirk. How is he getting on in his training? Are his stats coming up at all? No, he still looks painfully average, to be honest, Liam Burt. He's been nerfed a bit since last year's game. Aidan Wilson doing well. Mabudi doing well again. Finlayson done really poorly there. And Bednarczyk did okay, scoring a goal. Yeah, and Burjonas was on for... Burjonas is clearly our best player now. Excellent player. He's the one we really want on the ball as much as possible now. We've got 2 away games in a row here. We've got St Mirren just now, and then next episode it'll be Dundee, and then it'll be Aberdeen at Ibrox. Hearts versus Dundee. Dundee with the 3-1 wins. Does surprise me. And now we're going for a Monday. Is there a Monday game? Probably not if we're going to have midweek fixtures actually. Don't think there is a Monday game. Liam Henderson training well, which is excellent news. We can have a little look at him here actually. Look at that profile. Liam Henderson, yeah, absolutely. Look at those stats. 22-year-old, going to get better as well. Only on 2.5k and worth 2.4 million. An excellent free signing from Celtic. Tony Ralston's contract is running out at Celtic as well, so if we could get him on a free, that'd be brilliant. We could pick him up, and we could have Ralston and Houston as the options on the right hand side. That would be brilliant. Get rid of Tavernier and bring in Ralston as backup to Houston. But we've got St Mirren to deal with first. Aberdeen are hosting Ross County, of course, today. We could actually bring the gap down to a meagre 3 points if we can get the victory today ahead of Celtic's game. I think I'm going to go with exactly the team that beat Hamilton convincingly last time out. I don't think I'm going to change anything. Maybe Pena actually. Yeah, do you know, I think I will take out Pena. I will put Jack Price onto the bench, and I will put Ryan Jack on, and I will move Liam Henderson up. That's exactly what I'm going to do right there. Or will I move... Now, do you know what? I'll move Burjonas up. He can play up there. He can try and play as that. Liam Henderson can play a little bit deeper. I think other than that we're ready to go. With Fulton, Tavernier, Alves, Cardoso, Mitchell, Jack, Henderson, O'Halloran, Burjonas, Afif and Herrera. I'm comfortable putting that squad out against St Mirren. The weakest squad in the league, I would probably say, St Mirren's, but they did go to Parkhead and somehow get a draw, so need to treat them with a bit of respect here. Stewart gets it to Riley, and now McGinn. Steve McGinn goes to Baird. Knocks it long. And their right-sided centre-back Morris is actually already carrying an injury in this game. Mino, the goalkeeper, to take this one long. Going towards Stewart, should be defended well by Cardoso. Is headed away. Afif gets it down to Burjonas. Moves it to Herrera. Looking a little isolated there, trying to run at the defence. Looking for O'Halloran on the right hand side. It's a good challenge by McGinn. Tavernier will pick that up. Anglers are in early. Afif's arriving. Looking for an option. Cuts it back. Herrera, it's well blocked. Burjonas and O'Halloran. It's a good save. And Afif again. Can he cross this? Nope. McGuinness gets it away. Mitchell will pick that one up. Puts it back in. O'Halloran's arriving. And Michael O'Halloran for the second game running bags a goal. Assisted by Mitchell, who's going to have a boatload of assists already actually, Mitchell. He's put in quite a lot of crosses for Herrera already this season. And obviously that goal for O'Halloran there gets him another assist. As we take an early lead here against St Mirren. Herrera losing it to Mackenzie. Morgan launches it forward for Riley. Alves though will move it to Tavernier. Round the corner to Ryan Jack. Moves it on to Burjonas. Nice touch by him. Pokes it forward for Herrera. It's cleared away easily. McGinn now to Baird. Baird will launch it long way over the top, and Stewart is going to be in with a chance. He's in 1-on-1 with Ian Fulton. He takes a shot and he absolutely belters it past the goalkeeper, and Ross Stewart with the equaliser. And it's poor defending again. It's a Route 1 lump over the top. The two centre backs, Alves and Cardoso, obviously our best, most experienced centre backs, just let it drop in behind them. Stewart losing it now to Cardoso. He moves it to Henderson onto Afif. Can we create a chance here? Afif looks for Barjonas. He's in behind. Takes it. Oh, takes it first time. He has to take a touch there. Morris will easily clear that one away. Cardoso's now in the book. And Tavernier has the throw. We're creating chance after chance, but we need to convert more. Barjonas beats his man, whips it in. Afif is there with a header, but it's onto the top of the net. More chances coming. Mino playing it long towards McGuinness. Nods it down to Stewart. There's a huge chance here. It's into Smith. Takes a lovely touch, and Fulton with the save, but it should be 2-1 St Mirren. I'll tell you what, it's a cracker of a game if nothing else. McShane to whip it in now for St Mirren. Have to hold firm here. It's a good one in. It's headed away by Jack. It's another corner kick to St Mirren. 32 minutes just passing on the clock now. In Paisley. McShane to take this one yet again, and it is. Fulton comes and does manage to collect it this time. 13 shots, 7 on target, and only 1 goal. That says a lot about our finishing. As Tavernier will throw this one to Ryan Jack, who takes a nice touch back to Tavernier. Can we get it crossed in? Tavernier in. Henderson nods it down to Afif. What a save! And it's come back and another great save. Henderson stands it up again. Afif nods it on. Barjonas is not going to get there. And that is an insane double save by the goalkeeper. And Fulton now to take the kick. And they're just going to try and survive to half time. St Mirren, I think. O'Halloran's up for that one. Morgan nods it away. Although there could be a little chance here for St Mirren. Smith forward for Stewart. Nods it down to Riley. Jack with a brilliant challenge though. Plays it to Tavernier. Pokes it forward. Barjonas now. Down that right hand channel. Cuts it back for Henderson. Maybe a chance to shoot. He plays in Afif. Takes a nice touch. Sets himself in. What a save again by the goalkeeper. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Where we just kind of beat the goalkeeper. Barjonas' ball in. Easily headed away by Baird. And McShane will complete the clearance. And it's a foul as well. Tavernier bringing down Riley. St Mirren getting their way up the park. 16 shots in the first half and we're not even winning. Ian Fulton going long. Tavernier's trying to chase it for some reason. O'Halloran chases it. Brilliantly done by Baird. Just flattens O'Halloran. Forward to Morgan now. Inside to McGinn. McGinn to McShane. Forward for Smith. And Henderson will pinch it. Barjonas now to Herrera. Come on. Sting them before half time. Herrera out wide, a good ball to Mitchell. Can he get another assist to his name here? Mitchell angles it in. It's O'Halloran at the back stick. And Mitchell for O'Halloran, the combination again. Nothing the goalkeeper could do but that. 2-1. Hopefully that break the spirit before half time. And O'Halloran, the 2 games that he's been back in for, he's scored 3 goals so far. It's hard to argue with that kind of return. Afif not exactly brilliant today. And we need to tell him don't get complacent here. Who's not happy with that? O'Halloran's not happy. Well, he was brilliant, so I suppose fair enough to him. Morelos is coming on for Herrera, who's had a shocker of a game today. Other than that, we're ready to go. Morelos to Barjonas. It's into Tavernier now. It's Bruno Alves for Cardoso. Moving it out to Mitchell. Hibs 3-0 up against St Johnstone. And it was 3 goals in 2 minutes. As Adam Rooney scores against Ross County in the 50th minute at Pittodrie. Barjonas' corner kick in, headed away by Stewart. Afif will pick her up though. Can he angle it back out? He can indeed. Barjonas now into O'Halloran quickly, who's of course on a hat trick. He cuts it back. Henderson on that left foot, but it's well over the bar. Lots of good, talented Scottish boys in this team now. Morelos has been just as poor as Herrera was. All of a sudden the strikers who were carrying us don't look the part. Am I going to bring on McCrory? I'm going to bring on McCrory for Bruno Alves, just because Bruno Alves has been pretty crap today. Well, that's 6.7. Just going to tell him to concentrate now. We're getting into that last 10 minutes or so here. We just want to make sure we don't slip up. Who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring on... We'll bring on Jack Price for Barjonas, who just looks tired out there. We'll put Henderson up front there, and we will make Price just your bog standard central midfielder. I'm not going to change until about injury time the actual mentality. We'll drop down to a standard mentality, a little deeper, and we'll be more disciplined, and we'll stay on our feet. Maybe narrow it up a little bit, just to try and congest things so they can't just launch it forward. And we've pretty much seen the game out now, I think. Tavernier's throw-in should be the last action. Jack will take a touch back to Tavernier. He'll angle it to no one, and Baird can pick that up. He could have started a break for St Mirren if not for the referee's full-time whistle. And it does go for a 2-1 victory. I'm going to tell him it was a good win. You know, against the bottom side we expect to win, but every time we do get the 3 points we have to praise them. Inverness Calibos, Gary Caldwell was looking at Darren White. Fair enough. We're just going to see the Celtic result now before we end today's episode. Tommy Wright has now been sacked by St Johnstone. He obviously saved himself by getting that draw against Celtic. And then that loss at Easter Road there has obviously sealed his fate. Bit of a shame for him, but at the end of the day, even that result against Celtic, they had the 2-0 lead and they couldn't hang on to that, conceding the last minute goal. Are Celtic actually playing today? I just assumed they were. Assumed they had a Wednesday game. Or they do, they're at home to Partick. You'd expect them to smash Partick at Parkhead. Let's just get one formation. Dundee 0, Kilmarnock 0. Barcelona 6-0 winners. Armstrong with the only goal actually. Celtic winning 1-0. Hamilton beating Hearts 3-1. We're currently still 2 ahead of Aberdeen. We're 11 ahead of Kilmarnock, so the top 3 is pretty much solidified, and we're still the 6 points behind Celtic at the moment. But it was a good episode from our point of view in terms of the performance in the both games. It was a tricky one actually, away against St Mirren, who, as we mentioned earlier on, did get a draw this season at Parkhead, so they're no mugs. It was a good win there, and then a confident performance against Hamilton. The 4-2-3-1 has returned with good effect. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, drop down below and leave a like. If you want to follow the series, you can also subscribe to the channel, which I'll be eternally grateful for. But until then, next time we're going to be playing Dundee away at Dens Park, and then Aberdeen are coming to Ibrox.